What's going on, guys? Roadkill here, and today I'm just making a updated tier list for season 5.5. There weren't very many changes. In the 5.5 what's it called? Update for all these characters, and so the patch notes, that's it. In the 5.5 patch notes for all these characters, and so it's to the point where it's just like you can very easily just use the last tier list as like a frame of reference for this one. So very little did change. Yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to try and make these videos a bit less long so that these are just much easier to digest and watch in a short sitting and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get into it. At the very bottom, it's Black Panther. He's been bad. He was bad when everyone thought he was good. It's just that support players just have no reaction time, no awareness. He's so bad. It's ridiculous. Like the triple support is played to a ridiculous extent. He can't kill through that. Even double support, Invis puts him in a casket. Rockets. Is too mobile and honestly can outduel him just ridiculously easy. Adam just tanks through it all. Cloak and Dagger. The bubble, I think, is even enough to keep him alive through it. Maybe I could be wrong about that. Yeah, but he has no chance in the world of beating Gambit. Just all these supports. Even Luna Snow might be able to duel him. Loki's too good. Jeff is a Panther victim. I can't lie. But even on the individual level, Ultron lies. So even on the individual level, like all these characters just outscale Black Panther to just a ridiculous extent, and he just can't compete. Scarlet Witch, so she got a change. Like they increased or decreased. They made it so that she gets her like burst things faster by sucking people. And there was I was watching. I forget which one it was. I think it was it Flats? I think Flats was reviewing it. He was like sucking and then shooting out the projectiles, and it was super quick. And if it was the same way as in that showcase as it was just on launch, I might put her here. I might put her here. But the thing is, it was a bug that made it that fast. I think if that bug like was the like her update, her buff, she might be here. And no, I couldn't put her up here with everyone else who's up here. So she'd be here, but because like it's not significant enough. Like she's like a C- right now, and she might still be a D. Anyways, yeah, Scarlet Witch still in D tier. Who's next? Next we got, where is she? Dang, am I blind? Where is she? Oh, here she is. Squirrel Girl. She got a chain reverting her like nerf a little while ago, and so she's just back to where she was. She hasn't she does a crap ton of damage. But you know who also does okay, so the one good thing about Squirrel Girl is just she does a crap ton of damage if enemies are just walking down main. You know who else does a crap ton of damage if you're walking down main? So Squirrel Girl does 110 damage per hit, and Phoenix does 50 right here. Oh, sorry, 50 right here, plus the explosion damage, which is in her primary fire. So that's 90 damage she does on hit scan, shooting twice as fast. And she her projectiles don't have travel time. So it's just like, oh, you just want to play Squirrel Girl and spam damage down main? You're losing literally like 30 damage per shot, but it's hit scan. Like she's there's no point. Like for the purposes of what Squirrel Girl does, there's no point. And like that's just it. But I don't want a comparison syndrome these characters, because if you do that, then Black Widow looks like garbage, because it's like, oh, why play Black Widow when you can play these guys? And just because they're better snipers doesn't mean she's a bad character. She can still two tap. And if she has a Mantis, by the way, who's meta, she can one tap. Anyways, yeah, Swirl Girl does damage, but you know her projectiles they take too long to come out, and in a crazy fight, she very much struggles. She does have a place, like as in like, I guess like you know, stunning any flankers, especially tanks. She does like help shred Venom and all these Cap and all these other guys very well. But yeah, that's Squirrel Girl. Who else? Iron Man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So he's got some utility. He's got that Unibeam's pretty good. The best part of his kit actually. He could like pair off like health off of tanks very easily if he just does the micro missiles plus you know his Unibeam. He takes the tanks from like full health to like half in a literal second. But none of that matters because you can see over here, and this tier is barely going to change. You see over here, Jean Grey is meta, Hela is meta, Punisher is good, Star Lord's great, like Bucky stuns, and you just, like Spider Man is even higher now. Oh no, Spider Man's even better now. And so he's actually just like a relevant like pick these days. So he's being played regularly. Is my point. You just can't play this guy, and Thing knocks you out of it. Like there's too many things in this game for Iron Man to deal with. But I'd still take him. I'd tag him over Squirrel Girl. Is anyone else in this tier? Fantastic. No, I think I misjudged him slightly. I might put him at bottom of B. I can't lie. And Thing, I might also put at bottom of B. So yeah, let's get started with that. Where are they? It's probably Reed Richards and the Thing. They're both improved. They're like, but I can't like not that like people are playing him a bit more, and I've been seeing him more in my games, but I really can't say that he's like meta in any way. Like I don't like crap my pants when he's in the game. Thing he got a buff where it was like his stun or grounding lasts for like 5 seconds rather than 3, which I think is pretty like when you get hit by it, like you're like, oh my gosh, I still can't move. I think Thing is he's all right. Man, I can't do it. I can't put him in B. I can't put him in B. No. Yeah. And even with Reed Richards, yeah, like so this really doesn't change. I think the order changes a bit. Yeah, like he could put him in B tier. Next we have Storm. Has her place changed? Oh, and but he has to go way higher. What was I? Anyways, Storm, very, she's good, but like, there's really no reason to play. There is one way I've seen it being played. I've just had a Phoenix on my team with a Storm hovering her, giving her damage boost, and the enemy team couldn't walk out. It really did just make that big of a difference. For something like that, she's really good. But I don't really see any reason to play her. She's like not mobile at all while she's flying. She can get like 2-tapped at the sky incredibly easily. She does an all right amount of damage, but she really isn't just like a DPS like all on her own you want to play. Like Jeff NATO is her main value, and Jeff's not really the greatest right now. But yeah, that's Storm. See, Spidey can still go in B tier. I'm seeing a lot more Spider-Man players, but that's just because anyone who's going to play Spider-Man is going to play Spider-Man. That's just how it is. But his combo now, like if he gets you and like you don't like get healed or any help, he can kill you in one combo. So he is like an assassin type character. Um, and pulling off the map is always crazy. Canceling portals. He's got some funky uses. But with Gambit, I mean, you can say that about anybody. Anybody's great with Gambit ult. But yeah, Spider-Man's still good. No changes or no difference in opinion on him in the last couple of weeks. So keep moving on. Hulk, where's Hulk? I'm not gonna lie. This hurts to do. Like I wanted to be a Hulk believer. CC and there's just too much damage in this game. There's too much damage. Too much like Hulks just die. They just die. There's nothing they can do. Like Emma, Bucky, Widow. Who else? Who else has a really strong CC? I mean, even like when he tries to get out, Invis will just pull him back. Who else has really good CC? You can't play her into Penny. Anyone else? Wolverine, how did I forget? But then on top of the CC, there's just a crap ton of damage that he literally just can't deal with. Punisher, obviously, Phoenix. Who else? Rocket shreds him. And even like Bucky like does a crap. Bucky just does a crap ton of damage in general. But anyways, you just can't play all of his counters are meta. I don't even know what to do to make him good. Like people are saying, oh, he should be CC immune during his ult, which I think would be good, but also way too overpowered. Like at the same, like I think that's what he needs, but I also think too far. Like this, so like I don't really know. Like but yeah, Hulk's in a really bad spot right now. B tier we have Cloak and Dagger. I'd still rather them on my team than a Spider-Man, can't lie. This is in order. Yep. So far everything is perfectly in order. She is like she's not bad, she's just worse than the other supports. That's really it. She's as good, she's better than she's ever been. Besides in that one era where like she could stack all of her paths so that she's giving like what 900 healing a second or something like that. But yeah, she's good. There's something to say about her. Who else? Doctor Strange. He's actually going down. Some people have pointed out something to me that I haven't even thought about. Put him in B tier because he has Portal. Portal is the most valuable thing in the world, but there's too much brawl, there's too much frontline damage, and he can't really hang with brawl like the best of these brawler characters can, and he can't block frontline damage for even a couple seconds because there's just Punisher shreds it, like Rocket shred, Phoenix shred. It just doesn't matter. Like he can't block, he can't brawl, and he does decent. Agamotto's fine, but someone's pointed out something to me. It said, you are throwing by playing Strange because if you die last, your team can't portal. Playing Strange, his name is Portal. If his name is just Portal, that's where he goes. But his name is Doctor Strange, so this is where he goes. Next up, who else do we have? Have I covered any of these guys? Loki's way higher. Blade. I should probably get to Blade. Blade. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, Penny. I'll put him at the top of B2. Like he's gotten some slight buffs, and he just. I'm just trying. Like, isn't it like by 1 damage per swing? They're gonna like nickel and dime him upwards until the point where like there's gonna be a break point he hits where he's gonna be like up here, or maybe even here. He might be an unstoppable brawl DPS fairly soon. But right now, if you play the character, you're gonna do well. If he's just like Like I've just had multiple Blade players just in my games who are. I'm really considering putting him here now. Like it's very strange. I haven't seen enough of him to like put my foot down and put him up here. I'll put him at the top of B tier, but just know there's a very good chance. There's a very good chance he's here. I just don't have enough info. I don't. Right now he's in top of B tier. We got Storm, Spider-Man, Blade, Hulk, Cloak and Dagger, Thor. Yeah, we have to. Thor. When I first saw his changes, I didn't think much of it. I didn't think it'd be enough, but it is. So he's got the fastest kidnap in the game. Not like I mean, he's like on like cooldown wise, he can just do it like once every second. But the drawback to that is, it's a very short distance. Angela has the longest cooldown, obviously, or the second longest cooldown, and she has a medium distance. Wolverine has the longest cooldown, and he takes them the farthest. I think that's great balancing. Thor, however, if he wants to brawl with you and you're a tank, unless your name's the Thing or Diamond mode Emma Frost or Rogue with Diamond mode, you're gonna brawl with him. Like it really is that simple. Or you just run away as fast as you can, like on a hypermobile character like a Spider-Man or one of these other hypermobile characters. If he wants to brawl with you, you're gonna sit there and fight him, and you're not gonna win. Like in it, like 1v1. Like if he takes you, like if he wants you to brawl with him, you're gonna fight him. But the thing is, your name is Magneto. Your name is Strange. You're on the front line. You know where he's taking you to brawl with him? Where his buddies are. And his buddies, Thor's honorable. Thor's honorable. He just took you into where his buddies are so they could watch. Thor's honorable. He just wants a fight and to beat you up in front of his friends. His friends want to jump you. You're going to get jumped where he wants to brawl with you. You're not like Thor. You can't play Mag into Thor. I mean, okay, that's going a bit too far, because again, you will like be probably getting healed while he's trying to kidnap you, because he can't kidnap you that far, so the healers will likely have a pretty good LOS on you. But it becomes very oppressive to play Mag against someone like Thor now, because his kidnapping playstyle is just ridiculous. He's one of the best brawlers in the game, might be even like the best. I can't really think of like anyone that could like tango with him. Like Fantastic might have enough health to like stick there with him. The Thing probably could. Angela, even match with Angela. In my time playing Angela, I'd say like it just depends on who's better. But yeah, like he's like the best brawl. Like you're gonna have a very hard time beating him with Daredevil. Oh, Emma Frost will out brawl him easily. I forgot. But you're not beating him on Daredevil. Like even fight starts out even fight. Thor wins. Just that simple. But yeah, Thor's good. Thor is really good. I did not think that buff would be enough, but it was. But let's see. We've got all of them out of B tier. Yep. Okay. A tier. Namor. Yeah, I still think that's a great place for him. So let's get him. Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. Okay. Namor. I think he's still just like a great character. I think he is a team up bot, a team up merchant, and he always like the day he doesn't have a team up, or doesn't have a team up like where he's like the beneficiary, like where he just gets a third squid. Like if he's like the anchor and he just gets like a slight, health boost or damage boost or whatever, he's like here. But for now, he's with Hela, and so because that it's multiple squids, and it's anti-heal, and that pool thing does extra damage. He doesn't even have to have LOS on you to use it. You just like place it where he knows you're at, and even if he can't see you and you're standing where he like points that thing, he still damages you. Turrets are great against flankers. All this stuff you guys all already know. Namor's good. Magic. I used to be like a crazy magic believer, and I still am. In my days of play, like I'm this close to putting her here. I really am. I'm in like C1 top 99.8%, and you just don't see her. Like it's like why it's starting to become why play anyone else when there are certain characters who are just better. And I know that's comparison syndrome, but it's like if the enemy team has a couple characters and you don't, just lose. But that doesn't mean magic is bad. Like Darkchild is she gets carried here by Darkchild. I can't lie. So she's like Salak in the instance that she's a alt merchant, but you know in Darkchild form, she really does just sweep most of the game. Yeah, I'm comfortable with her there. Let's see who else. No, Luna is. I haven't seen enough. I think Luna is really more towards like the top of A tier now. Where is she? L. There we go. That's B tier. She might be like towards the top of A tier now. Herself, like in that extra bit of damage, I'm seeing like genuine. There's this player. He just flanked Luna. So Luna, I think she can 2-tap. I think she can. With a 10% damage boost. So, or maybe it's like barely a 3-tap. Regardless, she's like a Hela, except she trades a tiny fraction of damage with self-healing. And ult that keeps her alive, like if she loses the fight. You can genuinely just flank Luna the same way you flank Hela. And I could really see a time and place where Hela players just play Luna. It's getting to that point. Like, you know, double support and like the Hela player, instead of picking Hela, plays Luna. You could do that. You really could. For that reason, I could do that. But I haven't seen like enough of this Luna to like positively put her into A+ tier. But just like Blade, just know that she could be here. Who else? Black Widow. I am like pretty high on Black Widow, but she's gonna move down a couple slots. She's definitely above Namor. Like, again, this is just a character where it's like if you think she's bad, or you play her and she's not good, you're just telling on yourself. Mantis is like meta this season. So she's like triple support Mantis. She's always gonna get played. And if that's the case, she has one shot. That's just it. Regardless, she's also good, like just kind of in the mid fight. Like she's semi alright anti-dive. It really is just good, and anyone who just disagrees is kind of just full of it. Like I really can't lie. Adam Warlock. Just because there are better supports in the game does not mean Adam Warlock is bad. Like if we're gonna have comparison syndrome with Gambit, every other support has to go like here or here. It's genuinely that serious. Adam is good. The revive's great. I think it puts everyone at full health or even beyond with those shields. He's kind of just like a mini Hela in the support slot, except he just has no mobility. He has some like he has burst as well, a better version. He's just like a support Hela. He literally is. Besides just the lack of mobility. Anyways, but yeah, that's Adam. Venom. I think Venom. Let's see, where is he? Yep. I would rather have Venom on my team. Venom. I don't think he's even gotten any worse, like at all. The Thing is a pretty hard counter to him. What I don't even realize like what's made him worse. Like when Venom's just like he hasn't gotten nerfed since he was like S tier, has he? I don't know what's happened. He's still the same as he was. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but when he's in my games, he just doesn't do as good. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. That being said, that's where I'm placing Venom. As weird as it is. Who's next? Wolverine. I still just think he's like, yeah, but beneath Thor. Thor just does his same exact job now, except he doesn't have a 12-second cooldown for it. And he's better at brawling. And just because like Wolverine probably wins his fight with Thor does not mean he's above Thor. Because the Thing probably wins his fight with Venom, but he's still down here. What's it called? Doctor Strange probably wins his fight against Storm, but he's down here. Like just because you're like what's it called? Just because you're beneath someone, well, you'd win their fight doesn't mean he'd win the fight against this character. It doesn't mean he's above them, like on the tier list. The one thing about Thor, his one weakness is his ult. The enemy team has to be stupid for you to make that work, or they have to make a mistake, or they have to be distracted in order to make it work. His ult, unless like again, this is just one of those. Yeah, but if you have Gambit, well, Gambit's banned every single game. Gambit's ult speed boosts Thor's ult. But he's banned every game, and everyone gets amplified by Gambit to a ridiculous extent. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's where Wolverine is. That little sidetrack. Moon Knight. Myself above Thor. He just does damage. That's it. He does a crap ton of damage. In the time it takes supports to get one ult, he probably has gotten two. If Moon Knight and Phoenix are together, you cannot keep your team alive unless you have triple support. If your entire team is huddled in like a circle and you've got two supports shooting at them and you have Moon Knight and Phoenix shooting at them, the DPS will out damage your heals. Let alone where everyone's like kind of like slightly in all these different places and you have to like look here and look there, and it just over time they just, if there's Phoenix and Moon Knight, you lose. Like, or your teammates die if they just stand there. Which even in Celestial, sometimes these tanks just think they can run it down because they're getting healed, and you reload because supports have to reload too. You reload, and the time it takes you to reload, they die. Moon Knight does a crap ton of damage, and he's crazy. He's ridiculous. Yeah, that being said, that's where he is. Iron Fist. I was pretty high on Iron Fist. I still am. I think he's still really good. I like think he's really great against tanks. I think I just think he can't really fight Squishies too well. Even just as Rocket, he's not very scary. I just bait out the he just comes at me and I just shoot him and he blocks and I stop shooting. And then he's got like slightly extra health and he tries to fight me with his super quick punches if I just shoot him some more, because he's just going to stand still and punch me. He's going to stand still, guess what? He's a great target. Shoot him some more. He eventually just has to run. It's a neutral fight where I'm not going to kill him. He's not going to kill me. Unless he just hard commits and then me and him are locked into a death match where it's just like a coin flip. Point is, he's great. I don't even know why I went on that tangent. I forgot. Oh yeah, him not being good against Squishies, yeah. He's got a very harsh matchup in Squishies, and I think that's how it should be. I really don't think he should be great at taking down tanks and Squishies. No. He can take Squishies out in an all right amount of time. If they're like scared and they want to run away, he's gonna win. If they miss some shots, he's gonna win. He's all right against Squishies. He's just not going to dive into like 3 supports and kill them. Most people in this game can't. The only ones that come to mind is like Hawkeye and damage boosted like Widow. So he's not going to kill in triple support. No one is. See anyone else? Any Parker? Yep. Penny is like her buffs are insane. Just the healing and the extra like extra armor that she gives people, as well as the overshield. Does shield come out of her nest, or is that just rocket? Or am I confusing the two? But regardless, healing her teammates, giving them speed boost and overshield while in her nest is insane. She's great. So I'm gonna move this a bit fast. Where's Punisher? Punisher got a 1 damage increase, and I think he does 20 damage per bullet. He's starting to like. Oh god, I gotta drink some water. There we go. He's like, they're gonna like, if they buff him one more time, he might genuinely just come up here. But as it stands right now, I think he's down here. Punisher is great against literally every tank. Literally every tank, unless it's Magneto, obviously. Other than that, he shreds Strange Shield, kills Venom, kills Hulk, kills Thor. He kills him from afar. He wins the fight up close. The only way he doesn't win if his teammates are literally ignoring him fight like a Venom or something. Punisher's great. He's the answer to a lot of problems, actually. If you have the Hela on the enemy team, you still kind of just play Punisher. They have a Phoenix, you still kind of just play Punisher, because they have a Groot, you play Punisher, and Groot is a lot better than I give him credit for. Even though I put him in A+, he's gonna go to like probably like next to Emma and Angela. But anyways, if you play Groot, you play Punisher because he counters Groot and he counters Hela ult and he counters Phoenix ult. This Punisher and literally like even like someone with the weakest amount of damage, like I don't know, the Scarlet Witch target Phoenix ult. Regardless, Punisher with literally anyone else shooting at current bird, even after the stupid buff they gave it, destroys bird, destroys Hela's ult. He does like struggle incredibly hard in the neutral against them, against like Phoenix and Hela. But like if it's an even Hela and an even Punisher, the Hela and the Phoenix will win. However, if the Punisher is slightly better or like catches them by surprise, the point I'm saying is it's not an automatic loss if you play Punisher onto Hela Phoenix. I just want to see Punisher against these characters more because he's really great against them. Punisher's good. Hawkeye. His buff that they gave him, the extra 15, it's enough. Like he's A+ tier now. Like I think he had that in season 5. He did get it in season 5. The 15 extra damage, but I've just like during the course of season 5.5, I've just been seeing more and more of him. He's more consistently winning, like he's more consistently server admin. That goes to tell me that the Hawkeyes that were like sometimes server admin and just like sometimes doing all right, it really just was a 15 damage difference, and now they're like doing just so much better. Hawkeye has like gotten to a point where like they're very consistently like server admin. It's mostly just because people don't know how to counter these hard-hitting one-tap characters like Phoenix, Hela, Hawkeye. You just go triples. Like I'm gonna give you guys the secret. Just go triple support or triple tank. Cap, Angela, Venom. Not the thing so much, but if it's triple tank, it really doesn't matter which dive tanks you play because you're gonna go. It's usually gonna be like 2 tanks on them at the same time. Yeah, Cap, Angela, Thor, Venom, all these dive tanks. Hulk. Use triple tank dive. Too much health for them to kill you, and they're too fast for you to run away from them. They will catch up to you and they will kill you. Anyways, yeah, Hawkeye is great. Next we have Captain America. Where is he? I think he's still A plus tier. I think he's still great. No differing opinions on him since my last video. He's a second, or he's a third or fourth support ult. Yeah, I think I will have him slightly beneath Hawkeye. He's a third or fourth support ult. And he doesn't compete with the supports for this ult. So he's valuable in that way. Still one of the best divers in the game. Just on account of having 500 health on top of a 300 health shield. And he kills in a very good time as well. Yeah, Captain America's good. Thing I underrated. I can't even lie. He's at the top of A plus tier. Not quite S, because he does just get shredded. Punisher, Phoenix are still enough to keep him in line if you just play those characters. You counter Groot just by killing him. You just shoot him. As well as Rocket. Rocket does shred him. But he's CC immune. He's got the most health, and he's a decent amount of damage. And he walls up tanks. You can't play Magneto against Groot. Can't. You're throwing if you are. Walls you off, you die. Simple as that. And not always are people playing Punisher, so sometimes it takes a second to get past one of the walls. But sometimes he walls you off with like 2 to 3. You're dead. Doesn't matter. Groot's good. Jeff, I have changed my opinions on. I still think he's. I still think he's good, just not A plus tier. He's just worse among the supports now because they're all like pretty buffed, and he just can't keep up with them. He's still as good as he was when he was S tier. It's just the game has just gotten power crept. Still just sits from afar and just heals and damages at the same time. Still is really great again, as you know, like if Venom wants to dive and then Jeff wants to go with him, like that's still something that can work. But it's just the game's been power crept past them. Like it's ridiculous because these two were near the top in like what season 4, and like all these just the game's just power creeping. I like power creep. I do. Like I'm not even afraid to say it. But yeah, there's Jeff. Star-Lord, I think, still just A plus here with Gambit, but again, you could say this about anybody with Gambit. These two are kind of like in the runnings. Anybody with Gambit is amazing, but Star-Lord specifically is just like ridiculous because he locks onto you, so he's guaranteed to hit. Like Punisher with all, just you like Gambit, you will, it doesn't matter, you will not survive. Whatever support alt you're using, you will not survive. No. Yeah, so it's a good hypermobile character. He's faster than Angela's flying speed, which is kind of crazy. He's kind of okay as a poke character. If he wants to run away from you, there's very small chance you're gonna get him. He charges his ult really quickly with his E ability. He's great. I'm really trying not to consider like Gambit when talking about any of these characters because everybody with Gambit just goes up a tier. It's that simple. You want to say, oh, with Gambit, move the entire list up a tier. So I'm not going to mention Gambit when talking about these guys. I'm a Frost. That's still A plus tier. Worse than Groot, though. She can't grab him anymore. Groot does more damage. His ult's better. And Groot just has more motion than her. More health. Similar damage. She goes in her diamond form. She can't win against Groot. It doesn't matter. So I'm not trying to do comparison syndrome, but the point is she is worse than Groot. I did underestimate Groot. And Angela, let's see. I still place. Oh, this is a good spot for Loki as well. I'm talking a bit too much. I would kind of want to end this quickly. But this is the time to put Loki. Gambit's. I'll put him here. And Mantis is pretty good as well. I'd rather have Mantis than Loki. I mean, but you, like these two are a pair, so like this is hard. Okay, let's talk about Loki first. They buffed it so that his clones do 90% of his healing and damage, and then he does more on direct impact. So he was already pretty good, and he's just slowly just these changes are getting reversed. I think the only thing that hasn't gotten reversed is like the time it takes to like all his runes or whatever. That's the only thing I think. Um, but again, Loki's good for all the reasons he's always been good. Runes, copying a different support's alt, all that stuff. If Gambit and Loki are open, and you're not playing Gambit Loki, you lose. It's that simple. Gambit Mantis Loki is like the staple triple support comp if you're allowed to play it. But yeah, like I really don't know. Like they're intrinsically tied together. So you could literally just swap out Mantis and Loki and it doesn't matter. I don't know, actually. But anyways, Mantis, she's got a very like if she presses her ult, you go forward. And then like that you just kill the enemy team because you have overhealth. So even Hawkeye can't one-shot even the squishies. I don't think. I think you get like 380 or like almost 400, maybe 350 with Mantis. If that's the case, I think Hawkeye can one-shot you, but even then you're faster, so like it's really hard to get one-shot in Mantis all. Damage boosting certain characters like Phoenix, like Punisher, like Hawkeye is just a recipe for disaster for the enemy team. And her only weakness is that she can't be played into double support. But nobody plays her for double. If you're playing her in triple support. So is that really a weakness? That like a support's stupid enough to try and play her in double support rather than like a DPS or a support playing her and replacing one of your DPS? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Angela. Magal. Where is she? I have to think about this outside of her matchup with Groot. Like, so Angela's good. And the only thing that's stopping me from putting her above Groot is the fact that she loses the fight against Groot. Like, well, she can't kidnap Groot. And if you want to fight Groot, his entire team's behind him, so you get walled off. And even if like that's not a problem for you normally, his team shooting at you and he's getting healed, you lose. So you can't brawl Groot. You can't kidnap Groot. You have to just avoid Groot. That being said, you just avoid him and kill his team behind him. It really is that simple. Angela it doesn't lose like a 1v1 in the game, besides maybe against Thing, maybe against... Where'd I put him? Where'd he go? And oh, Fantastic, here he is. Maybe against Fantastic. He doesn't lose a single 1v1 in this game. Good thing, she has all the tools necessary to force a 1v1. Her charge and her ult forces a 1v1. If you ult someone, they cannot get away unless their ult gives them the ability to, like, Jeff, for example, or Phoenix, or Hela. Sorry, Phoenix or Hela. Those guys can get away from your ult. I think Bucky as well, maybe. But yeah, she doesn't lose a single 1v1 in this game, and she has all the tools to force a 1v1, pushing people off the map, wins every brawl. She even has like slight anti-dive where like if she attacks anyone within her like spikes that come out of the ground, she and her allies get like overshield. Angela's just great, and it's only a matter of time before she sadly gets a nerf. I really don't think she needed, like, I hope she keeps the speed, and I hope she keeps the That brawl buff, I could live without the speed. I'd be okay if they reverted that. I can't lie. Like it really does get people to like off of ledges more often than not. And like it's really is the like what do they buff it by like a couple meters per second? It just it's the difference maker. It's like a break point, but in terms of speed. I'm thinking about putting her in crush character tier. I can't lie. I'm this close to putting her here. I really am. I just don't think she's on the level of people up there. This is hard. This is really hard. I do think Angela's better than. No, I have because she does have a glaring weakness, and it's CC. Like she cannot be an S tier because CC. There's so many different ones. It's not like we're in. It's like there are very few CC in this game. Like Hella has CC. Emma Frost has CC. Bucky has CC. Invis has CC. The Thing has CC. Spider-Man has CC. Fantastic. All these characters have it. Triple support's really good. And if you're playing triple support, it is really hard to get kills on Angela. It is really hard to get kills on Angela. I played this game on Angela. I think they were playing Invis, Loki, and one other support I can't remember. It's really hard to get kills. Anyways, so she has that weakness. She can't be S tier. Ultron. Ultron has gone up quite a bit. I put him top of A. 2 drones that give speed boost, a little bit of extra damage and healing. It just made the difference. It's as simple as that. He's good. He's like really good. He's a triple support staple. I might be one to, but no, Hela and Phoenix are really strong, as well as Punisher. He does have that weakness. And the reason why he's not going in next to no flaws is because those characters are always played. Not really Punisher so much, but Phoenix and Hela for sure. And anyone else? Oh, Torch. Torch has gotten buffed. I put him in top of B tier. Yeah, beneath Blade. I think it's pretty good. I think the buff brought him back a little bit. I just haven't seen people playing him, like even with that buff. But everyone says he's like a lot better now. It's just, I couldn't tell you. I'm gonna just chalk it up to comparison syndrome. It's like, why would you play this character when you could just play Phoenix or Hela? I'm not even gonna just like Phoenix is. Anyways, Rogue. I completely forgot about her. I think she might be here. She's either here, like she just came out, so it's really hard to form an accurate opinion on her. But just based on her, the one and only weakness she has is her long cooldowns. If that was a problem, she might very well be like here. Maybe even here. Maybe even there. Like if they like reduce her cooldown slightly, she might be here. But he's just got a ridiculous amount of tools that it would just take me so long to name all of them. Copying abilities, the damage reduction, pulling people in, her combos on people. Like if you replace a DPS with her, you are not making a mistake. She's ridiculously good. However, I don't think the player base at large has figured out how to play her yet, and I'm going to put her in a cautious B tier. Peter, no, I'd rather have her like stealing ultimates. Yeah, or you know, stopping people from using ultimates. It's really good against support because she'll know that you haven't ulted in a while, and then she'll just ult you, and then you can't use her ult for just a little bit longer, which will lose you fights. I'll put her at the top. You know what? I think that's how I feel. Just looking at it again. I have to. No, no, no. Oh my gosh, I was almost crazy. Um, Namor again, good, but is a Hela merchant. But if Hela and Namor are open, then just play the character. But because he's relying on Hela and isn't good without her, you can't put him up here. But because Hela is in the game, you can't put him down here because then if Hela's in the game, you play Namor. Yes, yeah, so I'll put him at the bottom of A tier, maybe above Rogue. But that's in the case that this is hard. This Rogue bottom of A tier. I think she's insanely good. I just don't think a lot of people have figured out how to play her yet. Happened multiple times. Penny, Wolverine. Who else? Angela. I think Rogue is amazingly good. Wait, let's keep going. I think right now we're into S tier crutch character. I don't think it's changed very much. Bucky's up here, always been good. Never, like I don't think he's ever gotten a nerf since he became extremely good. But he's here to stay. Yep. I have to explain it. Shield on every ability. Insane stun, almost as much damage as Hela, but he has his projectile than the hit skin. I think he has fall off damage. Pulling people. He's slightly worse because Groot is played a lot now and he can't pull Groot. But again, he can pull multiple people. His ult is really good, and he's even better now because Loki's played a lot. Yeah, Bucky's still good. They're very good for different reasons. But if I were to want to have either of these people on my team, I would rather. It's situational. If you're getting Dove, you want Bucky. If you know their supports or shit, you want Daredevil. But if I just didn't know anything about the enemy team and I could have either of these people, I'd want Bucky. Because he could he just has the the advantages damaging you from afar, whereas Daredevil has to move to damage. Bucky can kill you from all the way over there. Daredevil has to get next to you. On top of that, Daredevil is anti-dive, or it's Daredevil. Bucky's anti-dive, and Daredevil simply so. Bucky's got just more uses than Daredevil does. Like Daredevil is like the best diver in the game. It's not even close. No, I was gonna say maybe like Angela is similar if she more consistently gets these like kidnaps, and if she consistently like pushes you off edge, she's like up here, maybe even up here. But that's not something to really expect every single time. Sometimes you just get unlucky with the pathing, or you don't have your full charge, or they can jump back up onto point, out of the cliff, whatever else. Anyways, this is really hard. I'd rather have Bucky on my team. Invis is ridiculous. I do think though that Nettie's made the right decision in allowing her to. I think they made the right decision in allowing Invis to self-shield. I think that was a good choice. I think it's not fun for anybody to play support and not everyone plays games to have fun, stuff like that, and playing support is almost like in this game, in Overwatch it's completely different, but in this game you're taking a step back to just keep everyone else alive and let them shine, essentially, besides Gambit. So if you're already taking that hit to the amount of fun you can have, and there are people who just enjoy propping other people up, but in general most people view playing as support as helping just your team, just helping them rather than you doing cool stuff. You're already taking that hit. I think a lot of people argue, oh, supports shouldn't be able to defend themselves. They shouldn't, if this guy dives support, they should just lose. And nobody would want, who the hell wants to play a character where if someone did and they should just lose, and that's the job of the team to peel for them. We're in ranked. Are you guys dumb? People don't always peel. You're not always going to get people who peel for you. So then if you don't, you're just supposed to die. Why is who is that fun for? Who is that good for? Who would play support and just be like, you know, I deserve this death because my teammates wouldn't peel for me. I shouldn't have any way to fight back. That being said, it's overtuned. I think it's a mistake having her self shield heal her, and if it is, whatever it heals her for, it should literally do like 1/3 of that healing. I'm being so serious. Like if it must heal her, it should do like 1/3 of the healing, maybe even like 1/4. I'm being so serious. 1/5. It'd be best if it didn't heal her at all, but if you had to heal her, 1/4 of the healing it currently has. I think the push and pull, as an Angela player, it sucks. I just don't think she needed the and the slow. If you're playing Angela and you just tap her shield, you are full stopped, and even after you get away, you are still slowed for a couple seconds. It is ridiculous. That slow on her self shield needs to be removed. I don't know why. Why is that an attribute of hers? You should just like, is it Nettie's design philosophy that if you play Angela around Invis, you should just die? Like, why is she like, you're not slowed when you fly past her shield, you're at a complete stop. Like, you're not moving. It's cartoonish. That being said, next up we have Hela. And this really is kind of more of a case of just the higher you go, the better Hela is. Because obviously people miss less up there. But like, you, even without Namor, she is not affected by Namor being in the game. You know, their team up. She's not affected by it. Remove team up with Namor, she's still like S tier. If she didn't have an ult, she might still just be S tier. I'm being so serious. Yeah, if she didn't have ult, she might be here, or she might be like here. Blind Kella, that's it. Blind Kella should support your team steamrolls. That's it. That's all. Other than that, she's the sniper of the game, and she's like Ashe, except she doesn't have to aim in. She's just better. She's just better than Widow. She does Widow's job better. I think at the farthest distance, she 3-tap headshots. But I think it's like, what is it, like 60 meters? The fall off distance is ridiculous. So most of the time you can't even achieve that type of distance. It's really hard to dive her unless you have a massive health pool. So even most DPS out here, like Spider-Man, or who else is a diver? Like Magic, or I mean, I guess Iron Fist like kind of does kind of wipe her. The point is, diving her is still pretty hard because she has the stun and the burn, and she could like, she hits her headshot. She's like, or Thor. She was like, it's a very like rock paper scissors matchup with Thor. Like it's a very even chance between these two. I mean, looking at Thor, it is a very good chance he just goes like where Captain America is, but I'm not ready to commit to that right now. I think no. I think the Silas is really good right now. But like Thor, I think we haven't seen enough of his current form yet to like fully say whether or not he goes up here with all the greats. I just know I'm thinking about it. Okay, back to it. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, Hela's good, Invis is good. Let's get into it. Psylocke, I think her ult nerf might have placed her down here. I just think like with her ult taking so long to charge, like she wasn't ult bot before, but it was fine because she got her ult like every single fight. But now that's like tamed down a little bit. She took a bit of a hit. She feels way more fair to play against than these three. Like I still think Sonic's good. I think she just isn't carried by her ults anymore like she was. Yeah. And oh yeah, Rocket. What Rocket here? Same reasons always been good. Tank shredding, hypermobility, revive beacon. Like his ultimate is almost a guaranteed team wipe. If he ults, you have to like use one or two ults to like kill it. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, or you could just destroy it by shooting at it. But now Rocket players place it behind a corner, or like kind of like in the middle of their team or slightly behind their team. You're not going to destroy it. Like any Rocket with half a brain is not putting it in your field of view. So now the only way to destroy it is with Phoenix ult. And spoiler alert, if it wasn't clear by these three being the only three left, these guys are the best in category. I'm going to try and put it in what I believe is the order. So this, I think this is just like fully ordered. I think this really is fully ordered. So like even though these three are the best in category, I think Phoenix is better than Mag. I think it's better than Phoenix. These guys are all best in category. And they're all best in category for reasons we all know. Magneto's just he's just the anchor to your team. Like the two bubbles just makes it, he doesn't have to choose anymore. He's counter to Punisher. The only reason Punisher isn't here is because Magneto's in the game. I think that's where I had him. I think this is where I had him. Yes. Only reason why Magneto or Punisher isn't here is because Magneto's in the game. If Magneto didn't exist, Punisher is like right next to Ella. I'm not even joking. But Magneto is in the game. Magneto's ult counters so much. It absorbs Angela's spear from her ultimate. It just counters such a ridiculous amount, and he can one-shot so many people with that. Counter support ults. Like I'm in the air as Rocket sometimes, and he'll LeBron, like I'll be floating through the air as Rocket and dashing here, dashing there. It's LeBron me like these higher tiered Magnetos are just good. Like the point of me saying this is most of the time these people are hitting your supports, even you're trying to dodge as Luna or Cloak and Dagger. It's likely they're going to hit you. So there's like a 50% chance they're going to hit you with it. But yeah, Magneto's great, and he always has been. He always will be. She's beyond crutch. Like she is. This like if Phoenix is in the game, if you lose, it's because you didn't ban her. I'm being so serious. Like how do I say this? It doesn't matter what else happened in the game. If Phoenix is in it, you lose because she was there. She does such a ridiculous amount of damage. She's incredibly hard to pin down because of her float and her dodge ability. She does. I have to keep hammering this down. Even if I wasn't a Rocket main, I'd still ban Phoenix. She is ridiculous. I don't know why people act surprised when when I ban Phoenix, but then she's played every single game where she's available. She's played. Everybody knows she's the best because I had this game where I had 2 DPS, Phoenix, and where's he? Where's he? Where's she? Storm. Phoenix and Storm. You know what Storm's job was? Damage boosting Phoenix. The enemy team couldn't walk out. Let alone, I haven't even talked about her ult. Her ult had the slightest tinge of counterplay. In the counterplay, this is a team-based game. The counterplay was an entire team shooting at her ult. But for some reason, Nettie said, no, we don't want you guys to be able to break her ultimate at all. We're going to give it 100 extra health. That 100 extra health is the difference maker. Rocket by himself shooting at the Phoenix ult could destroy it. That's the counterplay. If Rocket shoots at it, it gets destroyed. But now it takes 2-3 people shooting at it for guaranteed destruction. One person will never be enough now. Because you're going to just hold it in the air and it's invincible. It's not even it's not even damage reduction. It's invincible, and she can hold it there for like 5 seconds. So then the team that's like on opposite of her, they have to like, do we just stare at her? But then the enemy team's coming at us. But do we just stare at her and wait? But the enemy team's coming up, and then they like, okay, we'll deal with you in a second. But we just have to look over here for it. And then they look away, and she sends it down, and you don't look back in time, and she kills you. On top of the fact, if she's 1v1ing someone and she's going to lose, if you're going to lose a 1v1 as Phoenix, you suck at the game. But if she's 1v1ing someone as Phoenix, she's going to lose. You know what she does? She ults. She's invincible, gets health back, and she one-shots you. Her ultimate. Sorry. Her ultimate, through walls, destroys every single deployable thing in the game. She is up to... I'm so close. You have no idea how close I am. You have no idea. I'm one whisper in the ear away from putting her above Gambit. One faint suggestion from putting her above Gambit. She's ridiculous. She needs to be nerfed like 3 times before she's here. I'm being so serious. Phoenix is too good. And Gambit, you pick him or you play him, or sorry, you ban him or you play him. It's that simple. If Gambit is open, you play him. He has too much utility. On top of all the utility he has, he doesn't have the balancing aspect that Mantis does, where she has less healing. He has all of it. He has all the utility, and he will out heal everyone. It doesn't matter. On top of the fact that his healing ult, everyone like, oh, you know, maybe it's not like the healing aspect of it isn't that good. There is no central point for the healing ult. You don't need to. No one needs to be around Gambit to receive it. You can go wherever you want, and you have the. With Rocket, there's a circle. With Luna, or wherever with Luna, there's a circle. Mantis, there's a circle. Adam, there's a circle in which you're selected by it. Look, there's a path you have to walk. You can be wherever you want as long as he sees you when it starts, and you're quote unquote in the support ult. He's got anti-heal. He can take people out of he has a cleanse, which gets rid of negative effects. He's hyper mobile, does insane damage. He can duel pretty much anyone. His ultimate is ridiculous. I think they either need to take away the healing, take away the cleanse, or take away the extra. They need to take one of those aspects away for him to be here. I'm so serious. Gambit is overpowered. You if your teammate is gonna play Gambit, you have to ban Loki. Well, in my experience, I have if my team is gonna play Gambit, I have to ban Loki so they don't have 2 Gambits. They have 2 Gambits, you lose. It's that simple. It's not because inherently Gambit's ult counters Rockets. What you do is the Gambit ult, you wait 1 or 2 seconds, and then you Rocket ult. But that's not the problem. With Rocket ult, you do win against the Gambit boosted enemies. But that's not the problem. The problem is when you have 2 Gambit ults, it's 2 different instances of your enemies getting their ult faster, including the Gambit, the other Gambit, or the Loki. Both of them. This guy has no weaknesses. Why play 2 DPS ever if Gambit's in the game? If Gambit's open, you have to play. And if Loki's open, you have to play. Gambit, Mantis, Loki. If those 3 are open, you have to play them. You might be able to replace Mantis with Invis or Rocket but generally, if those 3 are open, you have to play them. These 3 are ridiculously overpowered. Mag less so. He is more in line with here or here. He's more in line with these guys, really. Like these 2 here, I almost want to put them in their own tier. like if you're watching this video, just imagine these guys being like a tier above Magneto. I'm being so serious. Gambit and Phoenix are a tier above Magneto. Magneto is just the best in his slot. And he's easy, like he's actually competing with, and like I'd have a really tough time saying like, well, that is because I plan like Magneto has a bad matchup into Angela. However, Magneto is just better protecting his team and such. Yeah. Yeah, no. I think Angela's better than Phoenix. But anyways, or the Phoenix, jeez. Not better than Phoenix. Psylocke. Looking at it, yes, Angela, I think, is better than Psylocke. Anyways. Imagine Phoenix and Gambit are just a tier above Magneto. Just imagine that they're not even... You know... No, I'm not. I won't do it. I won't do it. This is how I feel. But this looks ugly and I don't like it. I thought like I'm so close to putting an extra tier up here for Phoenix and Gambit to be in. Like I'm so close to putting a Phoenix and Gambit tier. But these are your best in category. Like it's really hard because Gambit or Magneto isn't in the same tier as these two. He hasn't. He really isn't. Like, do not be fooled by my Magneto being up here. He's top of A+ tier. He's not with these guys. He just is the best in category, and so because of that, he skipped here. Even though all these people are better than him, he comes here. Magneto is not better than these guys in S tier. He's not on the same tier as these guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my 5.5 tier list. I'm really enjoying the game right now. I'm trying to hit Eternity super hard. But yeah, this is my feelings on the current meta and Marvel Rivals. And if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, and I'll see you next time.